everybody, Nate Winters here, again with Troon. I'm here to talk to you about one of my favorite wines that we make. It's our Estate Tannat. And if you've never had Tannat, or if you've had Tannat, there's still a lot to learn and to talk about. So the grape is called Tannat, and it's originated, I should say, in southern France. Right on the border of France and Spain, there's a mountain range that lines the border, and that's called the Pyrenees mountain range. And the Pyrenees mountains, they have a lot of sheep, they have a lot of wolf problems, a lot of local cuisine that goes with a lot of local wine. But Tannat is one of the famous red grapes of that region. And when we talk about southern France, Troon here in southern Oregon, we have a lot of similarities. So naturally, our thought process is to not fight Mother Nature, and we'll grow the same grapes that do well in climates similar to ours. So our Estate Tannat, like I said before, is one of my favorites because it's pretty unique. You know, not many other people are growing this domestically, and when you talk Oregon, there's very few people that grow Tannat here in Oregon. So again, we're trying to stay on the pioneering front lines of some of these grapes. You can see it's very inky in color, slight red, slight purple, nice extraction. But because it's in the Pyrenees and we have the similar climate here, it takes a really big liking to our property. We have a heavy granite component in our soil, and granite really softens tannins and textures of wine, it turns out, in the finished product. So we can make this by itself. Typically, you don't find too many Tannats by themselves that are this young. They make their wine very structured to age for a long time or as a blending component. 40 to 50% of the wine in the bottle in a lot of those places has to be Tannat cut with something else, Cab Franc or Merlot, just to tame it. But we find the opposite. This is perfectly fine by itself. It gives this really rustic, really structured feel when you smell it, when you drink it. The words tannin and tannic are thought to derive from the grape Tannat. Has really thick skins and a bunch of seeds. So acid and tannins are really packing a punch in this wine. And again, for us, we're very gentle in the process of making it, so I think the result is very gentle as well. It'll treat you just fine now. Even if you wanted to age this wine, this is one of our wines that definitely has ageability. You can see nice color, acid, tannins, and fruit. That's all going to fade over time, and there's a plethora here in this glass. So, I mean, red currant, and like raspberries, pomegranate, like a lot of red fruits, even blackberry. You can get really dense fruit here too. A really big mouthfeel, heavy in the mid palate, a lot of tannins. I have to keep watching the saliva come out of my mouth. Very acidic. So this wine will benefit from a couple years of age, but still will treat you just fine now. And on that note, if you were to drink this now, food pairing recommendations, osso buco, lamb is always one of my go-tos. But another one that's not traditional, a rabbit ragu, a little red sauce with some rabbit is always really nice. And then if you want to go red meat, get a red meat with a nice portion of fat. So a ribeye would be much better than a fillet. There's anything ever wrong with the fillet, but that fat component would really help with these tannins and that acid. So on that, I hope you enjoy Tannat soon. If it's not Troon's, please come back out to Troon and try ours and let us know what you think. We'd love to have a nice conversation about it when we see you back out here.